The descent from Lago del Narèt is an experience you won't soon forget. Once up above at the lake, there is a silence that feels almost unreal. The clear air, the mirror-smooth water, and the surrounding mountain peaks that watch over the valley like sentinels. As soon as you start the engine and roll down the first few meters, that tranquility turns into pure excitement. The deep rumble of the exhaust echoes off the rock walls as you concentrate on the narrow road that winds its way down the mountains. The first bends are sharp and technical, with hairpin turns that force you to brake precisely and control your lean angle. Here, the bike feels completely in its element, sturdy, stable, and ready for any road surface the mountains throw at you. As you descend further, the landscape opens up. You see the valley slowly approaching, while waterfalls cascade down the rocks and green alpine meadows replace the rugged stone landscape. Along the way, you pass silent reminders of the past, the dam, the reservoirs, and the infrastructure that was once built for hydroelectric power. As you accelerate and make the descent smooth, you realize that this is more than just a road. It is a route steeped in history, built by people who knew how to harness nature while making it accessible to travelers like us. The descent is a game of rhythm, braking, steering, accelerating, and every turn rewards you with a new view, sometimes rugged and menacing, sometimes lovely and green. It's the kind of ride you don't want to rush. You want to savor every moment, every glimpse of the valley, every scent of the forest and cool mountain air. Once you reach the bottom, it feels like you've descended from another world. The silence of the lake and the ruggedness of the mountain peaks are behind you, but the memory of that descent, the interplay of nature, technology, and adventure will linger in your mind for a long time, just like the echo of your engine in the mountains.